G'day St John's, Kirk here with an update on in-person services. There's a fair bit to get through, so I'm going to try and go fairly fast. On November 7, we're going to return to in-person Sunday gatherings at 8 a.m, 10 a.m, and 5 p.m. at our St John's Diamond Creek site. There is no registration required for these services. You can just turn up and we are confident we'll have capacity for each of those services. They are double vaccination required services for everyone who is 16 and over. This is a government requirement. It's not a St John's rule. It's not a rule that we particularly like because we love everyone, whether they're vaccinated or not, and we want to let you know that. But unfortunately, at least for the time being, and we hope it's a very short time, this is the rules that we are stuck with. So if you're not vaccinated at this point, we want to let you know that we love you. We hope that you can continue to engage with us in our worship gatherings through the digital service, which will continue premiering at 10 a.m. and at 5 p.m. through YouTube. And of course, you can catch up at other times. Hopefully you can get some people together at your place and engage with that digitally. That will be a wonderful thing to do. And hopefully it's a rule that is only with us for a short time. Practically, what it also means is we are legally required to check people's vaccination status and require proof of double vaccination as you enter the building. So you need to bring that with you. Most people have that set up on their phone. Maybe you've already done that for going to shops, cafes, that sort of thing. If you haven't, we recommend that you set it up. You're going to have to scan in with a QR code and you're going to have to present proof of double vaccination. Set it up during the week. It can be a bit tricky. It can be a bit finicky. I recommend not doing it on the day. Definitely don't do it as you arrive. It's far too complicated for that. Find a friend, find a family member who can help you with it, because our team will need to be focusing on checking vaccination. We unfortunately won't be able to help you set up proof of vaccination on the day. If you don't have a phone, please bring with you some other sort of proof of vaccination. So when we check you in through our kiosk, we'll also be able to check that you are vaccinated. So that's for everyone who's 16 and over. If you're younger than that, that's okay. Or if you have a medical exemption for vaccination, then you don't need to be double vaccinated either. Masks need to be worn inside for everyone who is grade 3 or older. So that age has dropped a little bit since last time we met in person. Once we go outside, you're welcome to take your mask off. We're going to keep doing the distancing stuff that we've done for a long time now. So just ask that you spread out, as we find a seat in the building, elbow taps instead of hugs and handshakes, that sort of thing. If you're sick, we ask that you stay home. If you have symptoms, we ask that you go get tested and stay home, just for everyone's safety and for extra caution. And we won't be having morning tea or supper after the services for the time being. We also wanted to let you know that our toilets are being renovated at the moment. This is a really good thing, although we were hoping that they'd be finished before we went back to in-person services, but the in-person services have begun a bit earlier than we expected. So they're still under construction. That means the toilets we're going to use are actually in our office buildings, which are a bit of a walk. They're sort of across the gravel car park. It's a bit more of a journey than we might be used to if you're familiar with our buildings, and not as easily accessible as they once were, particularly if you have a disability. So we just wanted you to know that. We'll give instructions and signage and everything when you're there so that you know how to get to them. They're still toilets, they still work, they're fine, but bear that in mind. Maybe, if you're like, I prefer not to deal with that, go beforehand, all that sort of stuff. It's relevant perhaps to, families with kids and all that sort of thing, that you might need to be just a bit more active in the way you escort your kids to the toilets, that sort of thing. We'll let you know more about that during the services. It also affects the creche area. The creche is getting renovated. It's going to be awesome once it's done. It's in a new room as well compared to what it was a couple of years ago, but it's all under construction. So we'll have a creche area where parents can take the littlies out for a breakout in the foyer. And again, we'll give instructions on that in the day, but just a heads up for parents. Lastly, regarding St John's Kids program, this is for kinder through to grade 6. that has been meeting on Zoom before the 10 a.m. service. So that's going to finish as of now. There's going to be a in-person St. John's Kid program during the 10 a.m. service only. We can't, unfortunately, offer St. John's Kids during other services for the time being, just purely from an available volunteer and resources situation at the moment. We just don't think we can offer it in any other situation. So no St. John's Kids on Zoom for the time being, and not at any other service except for 10 a.m. There'll still be those resources that we've been sharing on the parents blog every week. That's still going to continue ongoing. So we encourage you to take advantage of those if you're on digital, or if you just want to use them during the week. Definitely do that. They'll continue indefinitely. So that's all from me. Hopefully that's been useful to you, and please do reach out to us through our website or through the office if you've got any further questions. Bye.